Yo, what is up YouTube, man? In today's video, we're going to be going over my day one build for NBA 2K26. And of course, guys, we got to start off with a disclaimer, as guys, the date on this video is August 12th. If you guys do want to see the actual build that I do make on August 29th, day one, definitely come back to the channel and I'll have it uploaded day of. I'm making this video, guys, because I went through the builder. I studied the builder, man. I know the ins and outs, at least I think I do, to, as good as anyone else can right at this moment. And a lot of people are, they're saying some misleading things on YouTube, and I'm just, I'm here to help you guys out. Now, you guys know I mainly only play the guard position, which is like small guard, like under 6'4". But guys, I'm gonna be telling you stuff that you're gonna be using for builds like, even just like a fun 6'8" or anything like that, a lockdown, a center, any type of build. I'm gonna giving you guys a hella tips in this video that will help you for any type of build you make. Now, of course, guys, what's gonna come down to making a perfect build, or the best possibility you can make, is completely utilizing your max ones and your max twos, all that stuff. Because guys, it's very similar to 2K25, the cap breakers, the takeovers, it's all gonna be pretty similar. The builders damn near looks like, copy and paste, if you ask me, because people went in, they saw, like the Curry builds and Edwards builds, and they went and replicated on 2K25, and it's pretty much the same, give or take a couple attributes. So I think we're going to see, a lot of similar builds that we did on 2K25. But of course, guys, the meta is going to change, as you guys know. Shooting is going to get a lot of changes, so that's basically what really changes the meta: shooting, dribbling, and yeah, we're going to see how it goes and go from there. So next, guys, you have the build specialization. Me personally, I'm going to be making a guard build that can shoot really well and dribble really well. So yeah, I'm going to do the shooting and playmaking, whatever is more beneficial for me cap breakers wise. So I don't know if this, it probably is what you're going to see day one, but you don't know for sure. You guys got to know, like, how soon you can get the cap breakers, how attainable they are, because that's really going to tell you whether or not you should make a certain build, or you should make a different kind of starter build and then go to that different one later on in the game, once you can actually get those cap breakers, or like animations and badges. Because as you guys know, 2K loves to they love to hide animations behind seasons, hide it behind seasons, hide behind reps, like starter 4 this past year, for like if you want a Patty Mills, you want a Steve Francis. So like, yeah, like say if I don't think I can get cap breakers before hitting starter 4, then I will go and I'll make a build that gets that 95 ball handle, gets me Steve Francis, so there's not any like waiting around for cap breakers to start playing the game at my max potential. I always tell people, rule of thumb on your first build, man, make sure you can unlock every single animation that you want, especially when it comes to guards. If you're making a guard build, man, make sure you can unlock every single animation off rip, just your first build. I know it might suck, like the build might suck, a few months down the road. You didn't need, a 98 ball handle or whatever you need for the best sig in the game. You guys don't know what the best animation is going to be until, a week or two into the game. So yeah, definitely, you want to be on the safer side than, rather be on the outside looking in. So as you guys can see here, guys, cap breakers are looking very similar to what they did last year. Only difference, guys, instead of seeing, the +1s on everything, you're seeing like a +11, +9, and +14 and stuff like that. Dudes are like foaming at the mouth at this. They think they're gonna make some crazy thing no one's ever seen before. They're gonna break the builder, they're gonna min-max their build, guys. All 2K really did here is like last year, 2K25, or we're just gonna say it last year because we're talking about 2K26, but like, think about it, most dudes were going 94 3-ball, and then they were getting 5 cap breakers to get to 99. Basically all they're doing here is saying the strength of getting your 3-ball up 1 point is equivalent to getting your free throw up 11 points. And they're not doing this, because, they want everyone to have the best build or whatever. They're trying to make builds better. It's so little Timmies don't make the mistake of, using a cap breaker on their interior defense, so, they don't mess up their build violently. I'm telling you guys off the rip, I am probably going to go 94 3-ball, because, with all the cap breakers, if you can get a 99 3-ball, hey, why not get one? Because I think RNG, they said it's not going to be in the game, so I think I'll be just fine with a 94 3-ball off the rip. Yeah, and I'll just, I'll be patient. I'll get slightly better and better until I finally get that 99 3-ball. Because guys, this past year I've made 4 builds. I made 4 really good builds. They were good at what they did, but yeah, my first build didn't really meet the meta that well, because we didn't know how strong RNG was. I thought I was gonna be able to shoot with a 94 3-ball consistently, but it just didn't stack to a 99. So like with RNG being out of the game, guys, I really think the meta is gonna lean towards like how 2K24 was. You had poppers and you had guards that could do a little bit of everything on offense. And the way the builder is this year in 25, bro, you're gonna be able to do everything on offense and, you know, not be a complete liability on defense. Because, you know, most guards were a complete liability on defense on 24. But yeah, with the way the cap breakers are set up, I'll definitely see myself, you know, probably rocking a 99 3 ball, rocking at least a 95 ball handle. And I'll tell you guys why, even though this past year I've always been, you know, I've been advocating for the 97 to get that legend handles for days. But yeah, this year I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna aim for the 95 ball handle, and I'm gonna aim for the 94 speed with ball, or whatever attribute it is that I need, so I can, you know, get the fastest quick first step, or what is it called, lightning launch, whatever it can get me the highest. I'm going with that, because people are seeing this max +1, they're seeing this max +2, and they're thinking, yo, I'm gonna lightning launch max +2 my lightning launch on gold, and I'm gonna be moving like every other 6'2 guard with legend lightning launch. You're not going to do it. It's basically what you want to use these badges on, and I don't know why people aren't seeing it this way. You want to use these badges that, like, you want to use it on badges that are unrelated or barely related to the actual attribute itself. You start using these max +1s and max +2s on like shooting badges, you're not going to see the insane like difference in the badge that you would with, you know, a more of an animation, or like a more than enough stat that, you know, the badge doesn't rely on that attribute just as much. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, posterizer, terrible. It's not really going to do anything. Posterizer, literally all it does is so you can convert, you know, contested dunks. But if you guys don't have that attribute, you're not going to get the animation you want. You're going to get taken out of animations, and you're, you know, it's not going to be doing much for you. Slippery off ball, you know, that's a terrible badge. It's not really doing much, but, you know, that would be a badge that, you know, it does work for you, because it's not really tied to an attribute like super heavily compared to other ones. Like shifty shooter, terrible max +2. Yeah, it will give you probably a little bit of a boost, but, you know, not as much as of a boost of actually having the 99 3 ball to get legend shifty shooter. And with how easy it's going to be to get it, I would definitely go with that. So this is what I tell you guys. If you guys are making a guard, man, this is what you want to use your max +1s on. So check it out, guys. I am on my end game 6'2 build of 2K25. Like I said, builder's very similar, so I'm going to show you guys what I have, and I'm honestly going to try to aim for something very similar to this. I'm going to get whatever dunk you need, you know, to be viable dunking wise. I'll probably honestly go for more of like a contact dunk, so you guys know meter dunks are going to be back, and I think it'll be easy to get a high driving dunk and still maintain a high 3 ball. Midi is going to be completely out the window, guys. If there's no RNG, there's no reason to midi dive, because, you know, you should have a popper laying in wait, ready to catch and shoot from his chin. Like, the poppers better be going crazy next year. But yeah, 99 3, I'm going to be trying to get this exactly the same, 94 up to a 99 3. Obviously, when you got shorter arms, you can't get as high as a dunk. So, you know, maybe I'll find, you know, the middle ground later in the year, but definitely not on my first build. I'm going safe, and I'm going 99 3. Pass hack off the rip. I'm not going to have a lot of cap breakers. Going to go whatever the minimum is. Like for this year, it would have been 78 to get, like, you know, like whatever visionary, whatever it is. Whatever that is, that's what I'm going to go for off the rip, because, you know, cap breakers, you don't know how they're going to be. And then ball handle. Guys, this is where I wanted to show you guys. So right here, I have a 97 ball handle, and I purposely went 92 ball handle and +5 to 97. If I know that I don't need 97, like next year, I won't need one, because, guys, when I say a tier 1 badge that you can +2, that does not rely on the attribute itself, legend handles for days, has nothing to do with your actual ball handle. It's all to do with, like, you know, you losing stamina. So, you know, you put that +2 on something like legend handles for days, and it doesn't matter what your attribute is. You just have your Steve Francis or whatever the best sig is, and you're good to go. And guys, speed with ball, I'm doing whatever I can cap breakers wise to make sure that I can get the highest available lightning launch or quick first step or whatever it's going to be. I'm making sure right here I went 89 speed ball and I cap breaker to 94. Guys, 94 speed with ball lightning launch is miles ahead of 91 speed with ball +1 to lightning launch. I'm telling you guys, there's a difference. I don't care what you say or whatever. 2K labs, I don't know, I haven't looked at the 2K labs for it, but I've used both, and guys, 94 speed with ball, light years ahead of, you know, upgraded to it. And then defense, we'll see how many attributes we have left. Oh, we gotta go no defense, we're going no defense. We'll just put enough to, you know, have a tiny bit of perimeter so we're not getting overdosed, and a little bit of interior so, you know, we're not getting backdoored. And guys, 60 rebound every single year. I've been saying this since 2K. I don't even know. I've been running rebound on my guard every single 2K every year since I can remember. It's the most unrated thing. It's cheap as hell. It's so easy to throw on any build, any small build. You need to put defensive rebound, guys. You have this rebound like right here. All right, the what's it called? The physicals, we don't know what's good about them, so we don't know too much. So I don't know if we're gonna be really important, like, 'cause, you know, dexing was really overpowered this year. We don't know if it's gonna be like that next year, so we'll leave that out of, you know, the conversation. Now this is very unfortunate. I didn't unlock my max +1s. I was gonna show you guys here, but, you know, we don't have our max +1s. But here, you guys, as you guys know, the badges are going to be the same exactly how they were on 2K25. They're going to be on 2K26. I don't know if they're going to change certain badges to go from tier 1 to tier 2 and tier 2 to tier 1. But this is what we're going to go with, and this is going to be our baseline. For the only badges you should be max plussing 1/max plussing 2. Ankle Assassin. Doesn't have anything to do with your ball handle. Challenger, it probably has a little bit to do with, your perimeter defense. So, maybe do it, maybe not. Deadeye, Glove, Interceptor, Lightning Launch, Limitless Range, Mini Marksman. All of these heavily rely on your attribute. So right now, if the badges are the same tier 1 and I was making a guard build right now, I would be using my max +1. I would be using it on probably Ankle Assassin, to be honest. And my max +2, I'd be using it for, where's Handles for Days? I'm blanking. It's on right here. But then you guys are like, guys, bro, what if you already have a super high attribute? Like, yeah, I'm trying to get the best SIGs, and maybe you already have the Legend Handles for Days because you need that SIG. Then yeah, obviously use it on something else. But as you guys can see here, it's probably going to be, similar. Steve Francis has been 95 ball handle since I don't even know when. So it's probably still going to be 95 ball handle, and we'll see where Handles for Days, it lands in terms of Legend and Hall of Fame. But yeah, if I got to use my max +1 on Handles for Days, I use my max +1, and then I use my Legend or my +2. Maybe I use it on like Interceptor, because if you have Silver Interceptor, and yeah, getting it to Hall of Fame could probably make a difference. But dudes who are saying they're going to get their bronze set shot and put it to gold and be able to shoot with a 45 3 ball, it's just not going to happen. But when it comes to tier 2, guys, this is where it really gets dicey. Imagine you max +2 your Dimer. I think Dimer should honestly be a tier 1 badge. I don't know why it's tier 2, especially even on a PG. I feel like that's one of your most important badges, but I mean, I don't make the rules. But yeah, max +2 the hell out of that Dimer. Get that Legend Dimer, and you yell it the hell out of your corners if they ever miss a wide open shot. And then yeah, and then you use your other max +1 on Rebound Chaser. Guys, I show it all the time. You get Supermans every single year. 2K25, 2K24, 2K23, 2K22. I'm being using Supermans every year with just a tiny bit of like the Rebound Chaser badge. You're in the door. You're getting Supermans. You guys don't know what Superman animation is. I don't know what to tell you. It's just like basically like your player jumps like over the backboard to get the rebound. And I'm coming out the corner with a 50 vertical getting Supermans every single year. If you're being in the streams, you see it all the time. You'd be like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you always out the corner? If I got two-way, I'm going for that board. But yeah, I get Supermans even without two-way sometimes. And think about this, guys. Bronze Rebound Chaser, you get that +2 to gold Rebound Chaser. Don't even I don't even know how many Supermans we're gonna get. I just know I'm gonna be going crazy out that corner. Make sure you box me out. Yeah, guys, that's what I wanted to go over with you guys for the guard builds. Now I'm gonna go to the lock builds, or like a similar height build. This is like this dude's first build he made. It's a 6'7" lock, but I feel like it'll be a good example nonetheless. But yeah, checking out his build, man. It's a 6'7". It's looking rough. It's a really bad lock build. But what comes down to a good lockdown is having the ability to shoot when you're open, having perfect defense, great defense, and being fast. This build is very slow at 6'7", which is unfortunate. But yeah, you also want to have rebound on that lockdown as well. So now going back to this chart here, guys, you guys can see perimeter defense, it's a +1. It's also a very expensive attribute, just like 3 ball. So yeah, it's relative to, like, say you have 12 +12 +9 block. That one, adding 1 to your perimeter defense, 2K sees it, like in the builder, 2K sees it as a +12 to your block. Because you guys know, if you have any experience with like min-maxing your build, you know a block costs way less than upgrading your perimeter defense by 1. Now what I would do if you're making a lockdown or a really good defensive build off the rip, definitely use your cap breakers on perimeter defense, guys. They're doing this to entice you to not use your cap breakers on what's really important. And they're also doing it as sort of like a safety net. Like say you made a lockdown build and for whatever reason you forgot to put a block on it, they give you a little bail you out of jail for free card right here. You can get what, like, let's do the maths here. We could get like a 53 block. You might be able to do something. Wait, that's not 53. 54, 63. You get a 63 block, you can do something with that. 42 block, you're not doing anything with that. Same thing with the rebound, man. You get like a 66 rebound, like right here. If I made this build, I would be using that one attribute. I would use that one cap breaker for the +8 and get, rebound, because that is game changing. That will win you games. Now, unfortunately, guys, in the builder, it doesn't really tell us what type of build this is, but by looking at it, like the attributes, we're going to lean towards this being some sort of lockdown, but it's terrible. It's got 99 driving layup. It can't shoot. I mean, I don't know, what is this, a defensive slasher? I mean, it's all around, liability. I mean, he could play make a little bit, but who cares if you can't shoot? But yeah, the cap breakers, like adding them like this, they're probably relative. Well, they're definitely 100% relative to your build height. I would assume if you're a center, these are going to more look like +1s, and these are going to look like, +4s and stuff. So yeah, but obviously guys, 3-ball, no matter where you put it, it's always going to be a +1 because 3-ball is king and always will be on NBA 2K. Now say you're making a defensive build, where should your +2s and +1s go? Not even joking guys. A +1 should go on rebound chaser. I'm just, I'm a big rebound chaser glazer, and it's not because I'm saying it's the best badge in the game. I'm saying that elevating it will do more. It'll make you better than elevating, your challenger to legend, because it's not really dependent on the attribute as much as you guys think it is. Like I'm telling you guys, I'm getting crazy rebounds with a 60 rebound every year. They're not changing anything, guys. They're not stirring the pot this year, I promise. And you could use a +2 on set shot, but if you guys are making a very defensive build, you're not going to be shooting a lot. So, it really comes down to, what you think will help you the most. Obviously, keep it in mind that it's really going to come down to your attribute a lot, as well as obviously with the badges on. Like, I do think badges are stronger than attributes they usually are every year, but yeah, you still do need the attribute at the end of the day. So definitely lean towards, badges that don't rely on the attribute as much. Use that as your rule of thumb. Tier 2 badges for a lockdown, definitely go with something that's going to be low off the rip, like high flying to deny. You're not going to have a high block on a lockdown, so it'll definitely help a lot. And then yeah, like box out beast, you switch out with your center. Box out beast doesn't rely a whole lot on attributes. If you have the badge, you have the badge. Obviously it will help if you got some more strength, but I mean, if you're locked down, you probably got some strength. Now guys, let's get into the centers, what you should do if you're making a center day one. And I tell you this guys, I don't want to be the guy who tells you what type of build you should make, but guys, day one, you don't want to be the guy who makes an inside center of the day of the game, the first day of the game. You don't want to be that guy running around with a 25 3-ball, not being able to get teammates, because it's just not going to work. 2K25 was the first year, and I don't know when playing with an inside is actually the meta and the best thing possible. And I think we can all agree that the only reason why insides were meta was because of RNG. You didn't know when the guard shot was going to go in, you didn't know when the popper shot's going in, so why not be under the rim, right, to get the rebound? Because you can use a bad popper build if it's not meta. You can use it, you can use it in the party, you have fun with your boys and stuff, but you can't use an inside build if it's not meta. So let's talk about what you should be trying. Aim for your cap breakers if you guys are hopefully making a center that can shoot the rock. Definitely guys, aim your cap breakers towards your 3-ball and your mid-range. You need to be shooting at best as you can. Obviously guys, go max wingspan because you're more of a defensive build, but yeah, whatever that max wingspan is, I don't know what the meta height's going to be. We don't know if it's going to be 6'8", 6'7", or even 6'9" popper. Hell, you don't know. But yeah, make sure you get the highest 3-ball you can while maintaining a max wingspan. Obviously make sure you guys get good perimeter D, steal, and of course guys, get the highest rebound you can get. And I would say aim, like, it's not going to be like 2K25 where you actually need a 99 defensive rebound or like O board, because yeah, you're going to be on the perimeter a lot, you're going to be guarding the perimeter a lot. If there's going to be poppers, I'm telling you guys, day one it's going to be poppers. So make sure you don't go too crazy on the rebound, but you do want to be the best rebounder on the court, of course. But yeah, make sure you get your rebounding up, make sure you get your perimeter defense. But yeah, if you're making a shooting build that's going to be on the shorter side, I doubt you're going to be going to like the 99 D board or anything like that. But yeah, make sure you use your cap breakers on whatever is the most expensive for your build, which obviously is probably going to be your defensive rebound. Try to aim for that. Or yeah, the next I would go for your steal or your perimeter D. And also strength and vertical. Yeah, speed and agility, you'll probably, it really depends what the game speed's like, so we don't really know. Then for the badges guys, you should probably have at least Hall of Fame rebound chaser on whatever center build you make. So I would definitely max +1 your rebound chaser, get it to the highest thing you can get, do that. And then maybe your set shot specialist. Yeah, I'd go the set shot specialist probably out of these. And then for the tier 2 badges, again, similar to the lockdowns, I would go with the high flying denier, and then maybe your brick wall, but you should have a high strength. I don't know, it depends how good screens are going to be, but yeah, definitely similar to your rebound chaser, elevate your box out beast. If you think you don't need it, hey man, go crazy with the pass backs and put the dimer up a bit for your guards or your lockdown, whoever you're hitting. Now for the takeover guys, this applies to all the builds, but they said takeovers are gonna be like the same sort of system, except you're gonna have all of them unlocked right off the rip, which is a W, man, because whole year went by and I barely unlocked any of them. I barely tried any because it was just such a pain to unlock any of them that I didn't even want to put myself through it to even give them a try. So guys, with that being said, man, that's gonna be it for the video guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and this video guys helped you out at all, man. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, put that noti bell on so you guys do not miss my day one build, guys. I will have it uploaded unless something absolutely crazy happens to me IRL. I will have a day one build video up for you guys so you guys know what I'm making, and I'm going to be fully transparent with you. I'm not gatekeeping anything. So you guys will see what build I do end up spending my my first VC on. Now, if you guys are looking forward to NBA 2K26 just like me, and you don't know where you're gonna get the game yet, man, I'm gonna be doing a 2K26 giveaway a couple days before 2K26 actually does drop on pre-order. So yeah, if you guys are interested, man, definitely, you know, follow me down on the purple app in the description. I'll be live streaming the giveaway, and I'll be doing it over there. All you gotta do, you know, is show me you're loyal to this, you know, to my channel and stuff, and you'll definitely be allowed in the giveaway, guys. I hope, you know, all of us, you know, have a lot of fun on 2K26. I hope we get a W first build and we don't mess up our first build, because, you know, guys, that really sucks. So yeah, the last few things before we wrap it up, man, when you do make your day one build, man, make sure you utilize your cap breakers, use your max plus twos on stuff that's not related to the attribute as much, guys. I'm telling you, that's going to be the key to making a great build and to be, you know, dominant. Also, don't put a whole lot of importance on where you use your cap breakers. It's more important that you have a good base for your build, and that, you know, your build can actually get cap breakers, because yeah, the way that's set up is so that, you know, if you do forget to upgrade one thing, you can put it on later. But yeah, at the same time, yeah, make sure your build can get the attribute or the animations that you want it to get. And of course, guys, obviously, yeah, so I will be uploading my video first day of the game. So if you guys are really scared, I mean, I wouldn't, you know, I won't advise you to copy my build, because, you know, I don't want you coming to me and saying, yo, I hate your build and you made me make it, buy me a new one. But yeah, definitely making sure it's tailored to you in some way, shape, or form, or you really rock with it. Obviously, you guys know I play meta every year, so like a lot of dudes play very similar to me, and they can easily copy my build and have a good time with it. So yeah, that being said, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.